Phonemes are the sounds of pronunciation that help in differentiation of various grammatical situations to the listeners of Gurbani. So far, we have not studied the Gurbani pronunciation systematically according to the phonemes of various signs of Gurmukhi script. The YouTube channel of Gurbani Foundation presents systematic discussion of the phonemes of all signs of Gurmukhi script. We have discussed the phonemes of Mukta sign and Sihari sign. Now let's discuss the phonemes of Hora sign of Gurbani pronunciation. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The phonemes of Hora sign are of two types. The standard emphasis of Hora sign, the hypo emphasis of Hora sign. Let's discuss the standard emphasis of Hora sign. If any letter of any word bears Hora sign, its pronunciation is that of standard emphasis of Hora sign. Such letter could be the first letter of a word, like koi, wherein the pronunciation of kakka is that of standard emphasis of Hora sign. Such letter could be the in-between letter of a word, like slok, wherein the pronunciation of lalla is that of standard emphasis of Hora sign. Or such letter could be the last letter of a word, like kurbano, wherein the pronunciation of rana is that of standard emphasis of Hora sign. Now let's discuss hypo emphasis of Hora sign. When haha letter in a word bears onkar sign, its pronunciation is that of hypo emphasis of Hora sign. However, there is an issue that needs to be addressed. While the sign attached to haha is that of onkar, the pronunciation of haha is hypo emphasis of Hora. The solution to this issue, in fact, is based on the indication within Gurbani. The santaho in Gurbani is also mentioned as santaho. Main dase ho marg santaho, kyo prabhu milaiya. Kahat kabir sun ho re santaho, nibhi khep hamari. Thus, the two forms, that is santaho and santaho, point towards a pronunciation relationship between Hora and onkar attached to the letter haha in Gurbani. Further, for the listener of Gurbani, the Hora sign of santaho and the onkar sign of santaho have to be differentiated solely by the right pronunciation. Now, since Hora sign of haha is pronounced as standard emphasis of Hora sign always, santaho, thus to differentiate onkar sign from Hora sign, the onkar sign of haha is pronounced as hypo emphasis of Hora sign, santaho, santaho, santaho. Thus, for all words that possess haha with onkar sign, they are pronounced as hypo emphasis of Hora sign. Such words are noun with last letter haha that bears onkar sign, or case with last letter haha that bears onkar sign. Similarly, pronoun with last letter haha that bears onkar sign, adjective with last letter haha that bears onkar sign, adverb with last letter haha that bears onkar sign. Finally, a preposition with last letter haha that bears onkar sign. Let's discuss them one by one. Noun with last letter haha that bears onkar sign. For example, greho. Gurbani says, Tu Thakur, eho greho sab tera. The pronunciation of last letter haha that bears onkar sign in greho is that of hypoemphasis of Hora sign. This pronunciation indicates that the noun is a singular and masculine noun. Now let's discuss case. What is a case? When noun is associated with a verb, it is called as case. Nominative case, also called as karta kark, indicating that who did this activity. When the last letter is ha, that bears an onkar sign, like sant ho. Gurbani references Sant ho makhan khaya, छाछ पिए संसार. Sant ho. The last letter of ha with onkar sign is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign, Sant ho. This pronunciation of case indicates that this is a nominative case. Sant ho makhan khaya. As nominative case, we come to know that who is associated with the verb. That is Sant ho. Sant ho makhan khaya, छाछ पिए संसार. Now let's discuss instrumental case, also called as karan karak, indicating that how the activity is executed. When last letter ha has onkar sign, like nain ho. Gurbani references par brahm so nain ho pekhya. Nain ho. The last letter ha with onkar sign is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign. This pronunciation of case indicates that this is an instrumental case. As instrumental case, we come to know that how the activity is executed. That is nain ho. Par brahm so nain ho pekhya. Then we have ablative case, also called as apadan kark, indicating that out of what is the activity executed, whose last letter is ha, which also bears onkar sign, like kagaho. Kagaho. The Gurbani reference is jo tis pave nanaka kagaho hans kare. The last letter of ha with onkar sign is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign, kagaho. If there are two ha letters, then both ha shall be pronounced according to their placements. Like tag kapah ho katiye baman vatte aaye. In kapah ho, the first ha is pronounced as standard emphasis of mukta, kapah, whereas the second ha is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign, kapah ho. Tag kapah ho katiye baman vatte aaye. Let's discuss vocative case, also called as sambodhan kark, indicating that addressing whom is the activity executed, whose last letter ha also has onkar sign, like gur sikh ho. Gurbani references Satgur ki bani sat sat kar jana ho gur sikh ho. Har karta aap muh ho kadaye. The last letter of ha with onkar sign is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign, gur sikh ho. This pronunciation of case indicates that this is a vocative case. As vocative case, we come to know that who has been addressed regarding execution of an activity, that is gur sikh ho. Let's discuss pronoun whose last letter is ha, which also has an onkar sign, like eho. The Gurbani reference is eho sarir hai tre gun tat. Eho. The last letter of ha with onkar sign is pronounced as hypoemphasis of Hora sign, eho. Pronoun is an indicator of noun. This pronunciation of pronoun eho indicates that the related noun sarir is singular and masculine. Let's discuss adjective, whose last letter is ha, which also has an onkar sign, like numeral adjective, like chaho, or indefinite adjective, like baho, or demonstrative adjective, like oho. The last letter ha with onkar sign of all such adjectives is pronounced as hypo emphasis hora sign, chaho, baho, oho. Let's discuss a verb whose last letter is ha, which also has a onkar sign, like ichho, pavaho. Gurbani references, jo ichho, soi phal pavaho. Ichho, pavaho. Now, if there are two ha letters, then both ha letters shall be pronounced according to their placements, like raho. Gurbani references, sat santokh raho jan pai. Raho. In raho, the first ha is pronounced as standard emphasis of mukta sign, rah, whereas the second ha is pronounced as hypo emphasis of hora sign, raho, raho. Let's discuss adverb whose last letter is ha, which also has onkar sign, like jadho, tadho. The last letter ha with onkar sign of these adverbs is pronounced as hypo emphasis of hora sign, jadho, tadho. Let's discuss preposition whose last letter is ha, which also has onkar sign, like nalho, bajaho, vichaho. The last letter ha with onkar sign of such prepositions is pronounced as hypo emphasis of hora sign, nalho, bajaho, vichaho. Thus, pronunciation of every ha letter with onkar sign in any word of Gurbani is of hypo emphasis of hora sign, like santaho. And pronunciation of any letter of Gurbani with hora sign is of standard emphasis of hora sign, like santaho, 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 santaho. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।